Good evening, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Intraday Trade. My name is Robin, and let's do a Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow. So, another day of selling happened in both Nifty and Bank Nifty today. So, will this selling continue, or is it that we can expect some pullback or a consolidation here? Is something which we are going to discuss today, and we'll discuss what should be the plan for tomorrow. So, first things, we'll quickly look at the positions created by FIs and prop desk. If you look at the positions today, FIs have closed some long positions in the index future because the monthly expiry is nearing, and they have also closed a good number of future shorts. Okay, this shows that whatever fall that has happened so far, so FIs have booked profits, and which is a good sign because see, continuous falling means it becomes difficult to trade the next day. We should get some pullback, and then if it continues further, it becomes easier for us to trade the price action, because that's what we have learned. And similarly, if we look at their option positions, they do not have any call shorts, but they do have some put longs. Okay, so when they have put longs, that means they're expecting a gap down opening. So we need to check that out, how we can factor that in. And secondly, so this is the only bearish position that we can see, which is a put long. Okay, but if we look at prop desk position, they have a solid amount of call shots and some amount of put short. So this put short is basically they have closed the long positions in the put. If you look at this, 28,796 they have closed, and they have created some short positions on the put side. But however, we need to understand the logic that FIIs have not sold calls. Okay, so they have not sold calls. That means FIIs have not created any resistance, and it is only pros who have created resistance. So resistance is created by pros. So when FIs do not hold any call shots, probably pros will always have a fear that FIs can take the market up. So what they'll do is, tomorrow if we get any dip, okay, so maybe if we open flat and get a dip, or maybe a small gap down opening, the first thing that is going to happen is pros are going to reduce this quantity. So we need to keep this in mind, and they may sell some additional puts while they are booking profits on the call shots. So there is a possibility of either a consolidation tomorrow, or maybe some pullback that can be possible. So how do we trade that is something which we'll quickly go and look on the charts. So let's delete everything. Okay, so Bank Nifty is just coming with a solid move, but here something is clearly visible that previously there was a resistance here, and which market broke with a gap up, and right now we are just standing at that point. So in case if we open gap down, there's a possibility we may close something like this, or in case if we open flat also, we may slowly start seeing some consolidation, and we may see some candles here itself. But here one thing is visible, now the fall can be arrested at this place, at least for this particular expiry, is something which I guess or I believe. And similarly, we'll also check Nifty on the daily chart, how it looks. So what Nifty has done is basically, we had that trend line on the longer time frame, which I'll activate it a little later, and we are trading below the trend line, and this is also at a similar place, something like that. But Nifty looks a little weaker, unlike Bank Nifty, because it can still test these levels. Okay, so it may come to this point and then maybe it can show a pullback, but definitely a pullback is pending before we continue on the downside. Now let's okay, I'll just activate these lines. Maybe you will understand what I'm talking about. So this is the trend line that I'm talking about. We are already trading below it, so there is always a possibility that we may test this trend line and then fall further. Okay, so let's move to a smaller time frame and understand what should be the trade plan for tomorrow. Okay, so since we have Nifty here, let's discuss Nifty here. If you remember yesterday, I had mentioned that if we close below this level, that is 17,710, I said the target should be 17,548. So this is that line. So here is where market took a halt. It consolidated for almost, I think, more than 2 hours, and then it eventually broke this and went to the next support. Okay, so but what our plan was, we expected a small gap down, and it did, and I was really happy when it opened with a small gap down, but it did not go high to fall back. It immediately started falling, and that's where people might have missed the trade. But there's another way of trading. So whenever you miss such opportunity, you always wait for a swing to form. Okay, so if this is a swing, then whenever the next swing breaks, you can enter. That is also possible, like here in this case. So this is that swing, and it broke like this and went down. But in Bank Nifty, this looks a little better. Let me just show you that. But since we already moved a lot, uh, you know both the markets went a little slower on the downside. So here's the swing, and immediately it broke this swing, consolidated here, and it moved until this place. Okay, so I think it was from 480 to 280, about 200 points, but it definitely took a long time. Okay, now let's understand what should be the plan for tomorrow. So this is Bank Nifty. So if you look at the end, Bank Nifty made this range wherein Nifty went down and closed down further. So there is some activity definitely going on in Bank Nifty, something which you need to understand. And Nifty has closed on the lower end. That means possibly FII's put longs could be in Nifty. Okay, this is what I believe. And there is another possibility, the small quantity of 5k call long, they might have taken a small risk in Bank Nifty, is what I feel. However, the call shots that we see from pros, okay, it could be combinedly with both Nifty and Bank Nifty. That means on the both the index, they'll have the fear to book the call shots, because FIs do not hold any call shots. So keep that in mind. And apart from that, they also know that FIs have booked profits on the shorts that they added. So it is a risk definitely that pros are carrying. So what should be the plan for tomorrow in Bank Nifty? Imagine if we open flat. That means we can still continue to trade within this range. Okay, something like this. So whenever this range breaks, is when you can go for a call trade. So call trade should be taken only after breaking 38, 480 or 490. And soon we can expect it to attempt to fill this gap. Uh, it can be possible on the same day also if pros start covering their positions, and we can expect a target of 38,900. But safe traders can always book a profit here. But you can hold some quantities for 38,900. Okay, so this should be the plan for Bank Nifty. So we'll only take call if we break this level. And the second thing is, imagine we open with a small gap up. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll wait for this dip, and before 10:30 we should break this high. Okay, before 10:30 a.m. then we are definitely going to buy call, and our target remains the same, 38,900, and the first target is the PDH. Okay, and the best trade would be a gap down opening. So we have an immediate support at around 38,000. So I have a line at 38,080. Okay, so imagine that we are opening somewhere here, and we need to see if it is forming any bullish kind of a pattern. If it's consolidating, then it's good. Otherwise, if you see a green candle and immediately if we break uh, the high of this green candle, you can try entering on the call side, but market will not reverse sharply or immediately. But what it can do is, it can go to this place and then come down like this and then start spending time here and then close somewhere in this space, and this breakout can be traded the next day. So gap down opening, we are definitely going to look to buy call options. Why? Because a gap down opening can help book profits, okay, on the puts for FIs. So FIs can definitely book their put longs, and since they do not hold any call shots, this is an opportunity for pros to exit their call shots. So we can see the market going higher. So a flat opening can confuse us tomorrow, but a slight gap up, and if we break this level or a gap down at 38,000, we can definitely attempt a call trade. Okay, so this is my view for Bank Nifty. Let's quickly discuss Nifty. So Nifty has closed near the support, and also it has closed weaker than Bank Nifty. So if say we open here, since it is at support, once we'll wait and see if it crosses this level. Okay, we'll not buy call here, but in case if it crosses this level, then you can buy a call here. So what is that level? It is around 17,500. Then you can see Nifty going to at least this level, which is around 17,600. But the long trade, I'm more interested in Bank Nifty rather than Nifty. This is just, I'm telling you, like, if it takes support here after a flat opening, what it can do is it can basically create a double bottom kind of a pattern. Okay, so we already have this, so it can create a double bottom, but it will go very slow. And the next thing is in Nifty, just in case if it opens around this place and it fills the gap and it crosses this low, you can definitely buy a put here, and your next target should be somewhere close to 17,360. Okay, here we should book all the profits in Nifty. Any gap up opening in Nifty, if Nifty opens here, the same logic, this is the previous swing. Okay, so if Nifty opens here and just gives a dip and immediately crosses this level before 10:30, then I think we can see some relief rally in Nifty too. But the relief rally I'm expecting more in Bank Nifty. So I hope you understood all the levels. Mark all the support and resistances that I mark in my chart, and it would be easier for you to trade the next day. Thank you for watching my video. I think before I go, let me just tell you, I plan to upload the Algo video today, but I may not be able to do it because I usually run the Algo and I go out, to drop my daughter to the school and bring her back from the school. And while I was doing it, there was a power cut in my place, and the recording stopped in the middle, and the Algo also stopped in the middle, and so I had to close my positions manually. So this is the account wherein I run my single lot, and it gave me a profit of 2137 in the Algo. And this is another account when I run two lots, so this gave me a profit of around 4,400. And for all the other Algo users, the trailing stop loss hit, so people made somewhere around 1700, 1800, 1900, in that range. Okay, the target did not hit for all of us, but in case if we have, so I have moved my trailing stop loss value to 3000. So if I would have left it in that way, then I think in the afternoon we could have achieved the target of 3000. But any which ways, I still insist people to follow the default value set in the algo. Thank you for watching. Give your support to our channel, and definitely I would insist you that try my algo, because stock market is all about trying new things. But the new things that you try should end you up in profit. And this algo is definitely worth trying because it has given constant profits for months and months, and people who are using it are definitely enjoying it. I think this weekend maybe I'll put a small video on the reviews that people have given. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.